Hi, in this video I'll show you how to quickly create a dynamic combination chart or combo chart. Now, a combo chart basically is a chart type that has two different charts. Here we got the column chart and we've got this orange line chart. And this is good because you can see two different types of data at the same time. If we want to just see one, let's say we only wanted to see the amount, the line chart here, I can click on the slicer here and the amount comes up. If I just wanted to see the quantity, I can click on there and it's just the quantity that comes up, or click on both. And let's see how we can do this. Now, the dynamic also means that we can create it to have the labels change dynamically. So if I decide to call this one, I don't know, revenue, just to make it shorter, or maybe I should do it for everything. I select on this whole area here and Control F, replace. Let's change amount to rev and replace all. Okay, close. Did it change everything? Change that. Did it change that? Yes. And hopefully it changed. No, it didn't change this one. It didn't change my selector there, but that's just because it's hidden in this filter. Well, we can unhide the filter, of course, and then change it later on. But let's show you how to quickly do this. So here's our base data. Now, to make it easier, I'm going to turn this into a table. Go to Insert, Table, or you can just press Control T and it will do this. Click OK. My table does have headers. And all I need to do to create a combination chart is go under Insert, and there's an icon here that shows a combination chart. And here in the combination chart, you can see that there's different options. There's this one with the clustered column and line, or we have this one where we have the clustered column and line that is on the secondary axis. And this is probably the one that we want to use because we want to have the left axis be the quantity, the amount, and the right axis be the dollars. Click on that, and it's already created one for you, which is really nice. And so all we need to do is change some things here. So you can see that these are in amounts, and that should be in dollars. Let's change that revenue. Let's change that and turn that into dollars. We'll have the display type as currency and get rid of the decimals, right? And so we've got our currencies. And also what would be nice is if we had labels. So I will add labels here. Click here, and this is the dynamic part of it. This is one of the dynamic parts of it. We'll have axis labels or axis titles. Click on the axis title, type equal. That will be our quantity. Press enter, and on this axis title, we'll go to the formula bar here, type equal, and this will be our revenue, right? And we don't need the x-axis title here, so I'll just delete that. So how do we get it now where we can choose between a line and the bar? Well, I am going to show you now. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to replicate this. Add another column for our selector and replicate the months here all the way down for quantity and revenue. So I'm going to type selector here. This is just the title for my slicer that I'm going to add later on. And this one can be for both. All right? Select that, Control D to duplicate that first row down here, and I'm going to copy this, Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Let's do the first one, quantity, Control C to copy, Control V to paste, and leave this one blank. And we'll call this one quantity. Select all that, type Q, quantity, Control Enter. That will populate that. Enter that value for all those cells there. Do the same thing now here and just do it for revenue. Control C to copy, Control V to paste. Now we are just going to paste the revenue amounts. Control C to copy, Control C to paste, and here we're just going to type rev. Control Enter, and then now we're going to have a slicer for this table. Go to Insert and Slicer. And we just want our selection slicer. Click that, click OK, and now we have our selection slicer. Let's make this a little bit smaller and bring it over here. And now, see, it's the reason why it's got all this data here is because it's looking at all these rows now. So if I just select both, and it changed it. And one thing to do is after you select or you make the particular chart in the length and width that you want, a good thing to do is to not have it change if any of the lines get hidden or unhidden. So go under Format Chart area, right click Format Chart area, click on the properties here, and select Don't Move or Size with Cell. So this constraint, the way that it looks right now, it's not going to move if you deleted some rows or you filtered some rows. It doesn't move. The dimensions stay the same. So now I can click on quantity. It would just show the quantity. Click on revenue. It would just show the revenue line. And that's the nice part about it. So you've seen earlier, I can change the axis labels here. Maybe I change that to rev, or maybe I want to change it back to amount, or maybe I just make AMT, and it's going to change here, it's going to change there, but you see it didn't change here because I needed to change it for also this cell. And one way we can do that is we can unfilter everything. Let's change this back to rev, and I can just do a global find all and just change anything that says rev to amount. Select that, Control F for find replace, select the replace tab. I'll find rev and just change that to amount and just replace all here, and it's going to replace everything. You can see that all changed to amount, and amounts changed here, amounts changed here. Now the title is something that if we want to give it a dynamic nature, you can't really select the title and click on that and add that. You probably need to go to a different cell to kind of write out the title. So I'm going to say this one is going to be activity, or maybe analysis, right? Analysis of space quotes and then ampersand. I'm going to join this with quantity and then another ampersand to join another sentence or another pair text versus quotes and then ampersand and then join the last thing here, right? And so now I can use that to call this cell here, F1, to change the title. So if I ever change this back again, let's say I change this back again, I go here, Control F to replace. Let's change amount back to rev, replace all, click OK, click close. You can see everything's changed. Rev has changed here, it's changed here, it's changed here in my selector, and of course I want both, not everything, so it filters out the table, and so I've got my combo chart there for both. If I just want to see quantity, I've got the quantity there. If I just want to see revenue, I just see the line chart there. So that's the way that we can create a dynamic combination chart. If you just wanted to show both, or you wanted to show one chart versus another chart. And also have the dynamic text change if you change the title or any of the headings here. And it will reflect in the chart. So I hope that helps. Thanks for watching.